Want to be smarter? Want to be fitter? Want to be wealthier? Want to be better? This is Infinite Transcendence, where life mastery meets humor and sarcasm with a blunt approach. This is the place where we talk about mastering your life without the usual feel-good aspect. This is the podcast designed for people who want useful tips and information while being entertained. So sit back and enjoy the program.
Hello again and welcome to Infinite Transcendence. This is going to be about the 4th of July holiday weekend, and it's going to be 7 ways to be independent. It's not even really about the 4th of July in terms of holiday in itself. It's just the theme is independence. I'm going to talk about independence because, of course, I feel that holidays are way overrated. Nothing wrong with enjoying a day. I have no problem with enjoying a specific day or hanging out with friends. But this idea that I should do it because it's a day never made much sense to me. But I do want to talk about how to be independent because that's what we talk about in terms of 4th of July is about independence. So I figure, hey, why not talk about how to be independent? And the first way to be independent is to put yourself first. How can you be independent if you don't put yourself first? You got to take care of your own life, have your own priorities in order, have your own things in order, make sure your life is taken care of and fulfilling and satisfying. Your life should be completely balanced, always strive for the best life you can possibly achieve. Always put your own self and your own needs first. Doesn't mean you can't help others, doesn't mean you can't assist others, just means that you're always looking at where your life is and where you can go. Because if you're not in control of your life, who else is going to be? And the first way to be dependent on others is to not take control of your own life. So one way is to put yourself first and save your money and plan. You don't want to rely on a job. If you want to be independent, you want to get out of the mindset of getting a job to take care of you. Save your money. Plan. Like I said before, how to budget. Start investing. Look at the future. Don't just live paycheck to paycheck depending on a job. Because what happens if you get sick or hurt? You can't work anymore. What if they fire you? What if you lose that job? What are you going to do? You're going to lose your house. I see so many people with one of my businesses. I see so many people get foreclosed and evicted on. It's crazy. And people are buying things they can't afford. They're having kids they can't afford. You see a lot of these places have, from what I've seen, a lot of places have child toys, children items out. And it makes sense because it's hard for them to survive because they've overburdened themselves and they did not plan. They did a lot of things and they did not plan. Make sure you're saving. Make sure you budget your money. Make sure you look at what you've earned and you look at what your return is. Always plan. No matter how much money you make. Like me, I'm constantly looking at how much I can save. I'm looking at ways to make more money, how to invest. I always look at it as a growing process. There's always ways to do more things and to make more of your time. Don't rely on a job to take care of you. Start taking care of yourself. You may not become a wealthy entrepreneur, but there's ways to make money start working for you. There's ways to have extra income coming in. Maybe it's through real estate. Maybe it's through investing. Maybe it's through some other deposit or something like that. Or maybe it is a little side business. Find some way so you're not completely dependent on your job. What are you going to do when things get bad? What are you going to do if the economy falls down? It's really not even a great economy if you ask me. But what are you going to do when it gets bad again? If it dips, what are you going to do? Plan. And also, like I said before earlier, cook your own food so you know what's in it. You won't be depending on restaurants to feed you. You don't depend on all these processed, crappy foods. Make your own food. Look at what's in it. Look at what you can make it. You control what's in it. You can put what's in it, and be more self-sufficient. Learn how to get up and start cooking for yourself. I guarantee you, if you get up and just start cooking for a month or two on a regular basis, you make the habit to get up and cook. And make that food at least once a day. You may not do it every day, all the time. You'll start to enjoy it and appreciate it more. You'll find a way to when you want something bad enough, you're going to find a way. People find ways to do illegal activities. People find ways to get laid. People find ways to go behind their parents' back or their spouse's back or the law's back. Trust me, you can find a way to get up and cook. Do not give me that excuse you don't have time. Get off your butt, wake up early, cook on the weekend, do something, and start making your own food. Stop depending on these restaurants to feed you because it's not healthy. All these fast foods and processed foods, cut it out. You may not cut it all out in one day, but you want to start cutting it out little by little, gradually. Start doing it. Exercise, start taking care of your own body. Don't sit around and just do nothing. You want to make sure your body is in the healthiest shape it can be. Take care of yourself because makes you look better, makes you more desirable. People take you a lot more seriously. It needs to be said, if there's 2 people coming into a job interview, and let's say I come in like this, minus the hat, the crown, king crown. I come in, I'm well dressed, I'm articulate, I'm friendly, I'm smiling, I'm shaking your hand, I'm in good shape, I look good, I have my hairbrush, I look put together. And let's say somebody comes in, let's say we're both equally competent, but the other guy shows up, he looks kind of sloppy, he kind of has his head down, he's not well groomed, he's not well dressed, he just looks kind of okay-ish. Who do you think is going to get that job? Who do you think is going to get that promotion? Who do you think is going to get that business offer? Who do you think is going to get that mentor? Who do you think is going to be taken more seriously? The guy who's well dressed, well taken care of, confident, friendly, social, or the person who just kind of comes in like they don't care. Even if he was just as everything else, but he was dressed worse and looked worse, he's going to have a harder time succeeding. People are not going to take you as seriously. It's a fact of life. Get used to it. People judge you by how you look. Make sure you have that advantage and make sure you take care of your appearance. Start eating well. You don't want to be getting sick. And I don't care how old you are, because look, I'm young. I'm in my 20s, and I had horrible joint pain years ago. I was like, why do I feel like this? I'm so young. I had to start cutting foods out. The inflammation was outrageous. I started going through my diet and cutting out all those inflammatory foods. And I had a healthy diet then to an extent, but I took out the rest of the wheat and corn. I was eating corn. I started taking it out. Gluten, started taking it out. Anything I could, sugar, anything I could find. And it took me like 6-7 weeks. It took me a couple of months, but I finally got over it. So you can definitely, I don't care how old you are. You can be people who are in their teens having problems. Just because you think you're not having a problem, a lot of things you think are no big deal, like your headaches, you may have a hard time sleeping. You can have a hard time, I don't know, maybe you have a low libido, maybe you're depressed a lot. Maybe you have a lot of rashes. It could be a multitude of things that can come down to your body, your diet, and your exercise. So take care of yourself. It's good for you. It gives you a pumped up mood for the day, and there's no reason not to be doing it. And also, mentally, think for yourself. Don't care about other people think so much. Now, there are times you want to think, like if for business-wise, I care about what people who are buying my product think. I got people who view my page think to an extent. You got to balance out the good and the bad, and the irrational and irrational. But that's irrational. But like in terms of my personal life, like what I choose to do, how I choose to dress, who you choose to date, don't worry about stuff like that. Make the best decision. Now, some people do have your best interests at heart and have some good considerations. There's nothing wrong with listening to those people, but just balance it out. A lot of people just are scared to think for themselves. They follow the script. They live life on autopilot. They're scared to see somebody who doesn't live their life the way they do. And that falls to my next one. Don't follow the life script. You don't have the whole go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, and die, and buy a house, have kids and die. You don't need to do it. You don't need to go to college. There's nothing wrong going if you can get a degree that benefits you, like a STEM degree or something. You go to a vocational school, learn a skill, learn a trade, start a business. Lots of people who are successful are not going to college. People who are going to college now are end up in debt and can't find a job. Getting a job, I already talked about the job. Don't rely on a job to take care of you. There's nothing wrong having a job if you need it and to get by, but don't rely on that job. Don't expect to just walk into a job and be taken care of for the next 50 years. Those days are over. The days of walking up to a factory where your parents and grandparents working there 50 years and getting your little retirement, those days are gone. Those jobs are overseas. Those jobs are all over the place. You need to adapt. So what? Get married. Don't need to do it. You can live life. You can have a live-in girlfriend. You can do whatever you want to. You can have kids or not have kids. You don't need to sign a marriage contract. Especially as a guy, I talked about this. The laws are harsh, especially for men, and there's a lot of disincentives for that. But I live my life free because I want to do what I want to do. It's not about chasing chicks all day. A lot of times I'm just busting my butt. And I've been busting my butt for years. And I just started getting out and started socializing that way more. But you don't have to. It's just about living your life on a free basis. I don't be tied down and be forced to something day after day where I don't want to do it and I'm not happy, then I can't get out. I want to be able to live my life on my own terms. I only get to live one life. Why live it at somebody else's terms and by the definition of what they think I should be doing? Live life intelligently. Do what you want. Take intelligent risks. Not stupid risks. Take intelligent risks. Get out there. See what's out there. Have fun. Travel. Open your mind up. Try different things. Start doing things like that and don't worry about what other people think about you. Because those people, a lot of times, have your best interests at heart. If you're around people like that, make sure you hang around people who are not like that, don't drag you down. So, and then, of course, be happy alone. Like I just said, learn to be happy alone. People are so scared of being alone. And there's nothing wrong with having fun and socializing. People are so scared to have time to themselves. They move from their parents' house, they move into it with a girlfriend, they have a roommate, they move with their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and then they get married. They're always with somebody. They got to always have some distraction going on. They always have to have somebody, always have to be at a bar or a club to be fulfilled. And again, there's nothing wrong with socializing. Having good social skills is a critical part of life. But balance it out with your alone time. Balance it out with some introspection. Think about what you want to be in life. Are you happy right now? What are some things you want to improve on? What are some things you don't like? Take a deep look in that mirror. You have a holiday, take a few days off or enjoy your few days off and sit down and really just think, what in my life? If you have a family, get out and drive around your car, whatever you need to do. You get out alone and think about what do you want with your own life right now? What are you unhappy about and what do you want to fix in your life? What do you want to do to make your life better? Are you fulfilled physically, emotionally, relationship-wise, financially? Where are you seeing these weaknesses? What are you happy about? and then work on a plan to get to where you need to get, and be happy alone. There's nothing wrong being alone. Being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. You can be lonely. You can be in a marriage and be lonely. Other people who are married and lonely. Other people in relationships who are unhappy. You can be in a crowd and be alone and feel lonely. You can be with friends and feel lonely. Happiness is something you strive. Happiness is an active habit. It's based on active action. You don't just become happy. You don't just get happiness or just have happiness happen to you. You make yourself happy. You got to make yourself happy by living your life and having goals and doing things you want to do and finding satisfaction in your life. You know, and I'm not saying you can't make money or do anything. You can have money. Money is a good part of having a balanced life, but just you need to make yourself happy. Your happiness comes from you. You need to control it. You need to master it and conquer it and be happy alone, because when you're happy alone, you can be happy with others. But if you always need others to keep you happy and keep your life satisfactory, then how are you going to live a life of happiness in a long run? Because you'll always be dependent on others to make you feel good about yourself, and then you're never going to get anywhere like that. It's going to be one misery after another. It's like a drug addiction or any other addiction. You don't even depend on something else to give you fulfillment. Depend on yourself to give yourself fulfillment, and look at other things as like an extra, as a bonus, not as your core part of you. So those are 7 ways to be more independent. Put yourself first, save your money and plan, cook your own food, exercise, think for yourself, don't follow the life script, and be happy alone. And let me know what you think. Do you do this already? What's something you can work on? Do you think I missed anything? Always, again, let me know, like, subscribe, and transcend infinitely.
Want more? Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment the video and subscribe to the podcast. Want even more? Check out the written article version and subscribe to the Infinite Transcendence website at infinitetranscendence.com for new and interesting quality content. Join now and receive a special gift. Also like our Facebook at Infinite Transcendence and follow us on Twitter at transcend_world. Keep watching and listening. See you next time and transcend infinitely.